All right. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Danny, and this is the Common Rule Podcast. All right. Today's conversation is with Vaughn, a nail artist here in Phoenix. And this was a very eye-opening conversation for me because I know absolutely nothing about nails. So yes, you will get to hear me ask a bunch of dumb questions about the nail industry and a genuine curiosity as to how this business works, but more importantly, what the creative process is. As you'll find out, it is very creative and lucrative as well. However, there is a demand on being creative in the business industry, and Vaughn walks us through that. From someone who knows absolutely nothing about nails, the creative process in this industry is really eye-opening. And yes, I do come out with a new appreciation for nails and the amount of artistic talent that it takes to do something like that. I will leave the links, Vaughn's information, of course, in the show notes, for her Instagram, for her salon, and of course for her. So if we all want to get our nails done, we're going to go and contact her for sure. Thank you again for tuning in, and I will talk to you soon. Born and raised Phoenix.
Yep.
And you guys started the salon
in November. So I've been doing nails for 8 years now. This year will be 8 years.
Okay.
Yeah, so I started off in a salon setting, finally ventured out maybe 2 years ago to do my own thing, so renting. Worked with another nail tech, that didn't work out. Went to downtown Phoenix, and that's when it really took off for me. That's when I met my friend Lo. We started doing nails together, and then we moved from one salon to another. We were at one salon for only 8-9 months, and then left, and then that's when the Spot Beauty opened. So that's where we're at now.
So do you guys rent? Is it like barbershops where you rent a chair?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
so we rent our stations.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're all independent contractors.
Okay.
Yeah. So we work at the Spot Beauty, but each of us is our own business. So
okay.
I'm Viva Lavon Nails, and then you got other girls who have their own businesses too. Within the salon.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you basically, you don't have to go in at any time. You just whatever the appointment.
I'm my own boss.
Yeah.
And it took a long time to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It went from working retail, a lot of retail. I've been working since I was 16. So the moment I could get a job, I went and got a job, and it was retail, and nails just fell into my lap, and I fell in love with it.
How did nails fall into your lap?
So my aunt actually does nails, and she still does nails till this day. So at that time, I didn't know that people other than like Vietnamese and Chinese could do them, you know? So when I went to her house and she was doing them, I was like, oh, okay, like I could do this, you know? So I would go to the salons just to get my nails done, just to watch, to see what they were doing, how they would do it. And then once I decided to do it, my boyfriend was like, all right, well, let's go and get everything. And he bought me everything just to get started. So I was doing them at home, and it just took off from there. And sometimes I look back at my work and I'm like, why were people paying for this? Uh-huh. But I would have girls like come in and out, of the house. And so I got a lot of skill level and quality of work just from that. And then it just took off from there.
It's curious. You said, funny that you said about the work in the beginning. When it's almost like any other craft, we fall in love with the work that we do in the very beginning. Did you go through the same sort of learning curve where like in the beginning, there's some sort of a chart that says like in the beginning, any artist loves everything they do because they don't know anything.
Yeah.
But then as they start learning, they look back at the other work and they're like,
yeah.
Is it the same?
Yeah, it is the same. Yeah. I loved retail. I love people. I'm very like social, and I can make a conversation with anybody, so I knew then it was kind of like grooming me, to get to where I'm at now, but I look back on retail and I thought I was going to be in retail. Like I liked it. I liked being a manager. I liked all that. And then once I started to really like do nails more and watch more videos and really want to like get better, that's when I was like, yo, this is what I want to do. Because no matter what I did, I would always go back to nails, whether it be working at Walmart, because I did work at Walmart. I worked in the vet field, all that. I was always going back to nails, though. Like, I always wanted to do it. So
So you were doing nails as a side job, like
yeah, just a side hustle. I wasn't licensed, which you shouldn't do.
Okay.
But I did it, and a lot of girls do it. That's how you start, know. And so it was just a side hustle for me. I would on the weekend I would call girls, text them. I was doing like $15 sets.
Okay.
To start off, yeah.
So for those of us that aren't, how much are you charging now?
Right now my sets start at $65.
Okay.
Yeah.
Big difference.
Yeah, big difference.
Yeah.
But that comes with like skill level and quality of work and how much experience you've had, and things like that. So I think that's the highest that I'll ever go. And then, but I mean, girls add everything on. Stones, glitter, striping tape, everything you can think of, that's all add-on. So I think a good base price is the $65.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so there's really like no school for nails. There is.
Yes. So what I did is I got a scholarship.
Okay.
So at the time, there was a specific salon that was offering that type of program. And once I found out, I was like harassing that girl. Like I still have all my emails, like, I really want to come in, can you interview me? Sending her pictures of the work that I was doing at home, like, because once I found that, because school is expensive, like beauty school is very expensive. So the fact that they offered that, I was like, okay, well, she's gonna know me. She's gonna know my name, and she's gonna be like, this girl keeps emailing me. Might as well just let her come in. So when I went in and I did the interview for it, she was like, you pretty much already have it. She goes, well, I'm not supposed to tell you that. She goes, but you're so consistent in wanting to do it. Like, and then I printed out all pictures from, work that I was doing at home, and I took it and I was like, here, this is what I do, and she offered it to me, and then that's when I started. So I worked a full-time job and I went to school. But
it was your persistency and keep on bugging her. You think that's what?
Because I wanted it, like it was very discouraging to see how much school really was and how much it was going to be. And I was like, oh man, like, till this day, I know some, people in the beauty industry who are still paying back those loans. And I'm like, I don't want to be that person. So out of how much it would have been, I only paid $700.
Okay.
Which is nothing. It's like nothing.
How much is a full?
It can go from $4,000 up plus, so I just went for nails. That's all I did. Like I barely even do my own hair. Okay. Like I tell everybody, and some schools you have to do everything. So you have to be a cosmetologist, which is hair and nails.
Everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the school I went to, I was like, no, I'm just here for nails and that's it. Like that's all I want to do. But it's very expensive depending on the school that you go to.
But before then, you had learned through
YouTube.
YouTube, huh?
YouTube and practicing on him, one finger, and so it was like self-taught and wanting that eagerness to learn and to get better, figuring out what products are what, who does what, like things like that. So it was all YouTube. So I was self-taught.
When you finished beauty school, how far into beauty or the nails had you been into? I
want to say maybe like a year, almost 2 years.
All right.
So, but like I said, it was on and off. So I would like go work my full-time job and then on the weekends call whoever to come.
Okay.
I did a lot on my mother-in-law, my sister-in-law, my cousins, my mom, like starting off there and like, okay, like I'm ready to take girls and start charging like $15 a set.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was doing like regular polish, like all that, smudges by the time the girl walks out the door. So they were constantly like coming in and out of the house and doing everything. So it was fun. All that made it to where I'm at now.
To where you're at now.
Yeah.
And again, that's about 8 years into it.
Mm-hmm.
When did you realize that, bam, I'm a pro. I'm very confident to where, let's just put it this way. When did you realize that the work that you'd done in the beginning wasn't as good as you were?
That was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Just 2 years ago is when it really like hit me. Because I don't do a lot of nail art. I'm just now getting into it.
Okay.
So my main focus was my making them last, my foundation and my shape.
Okay.
Because those are what everyone is looking for.
Okay.
And then all the nail art and all that stuff is extra. So it just wasn't until 2 years ago is when I felt very confident in what I was doing.
Okay.
And then, now that I got that down, now it's time to go level up to something else. Like, let's start getting into nail art now, because the salon I work at now, I work with a lot of talented nail artists, and majority of them do nail art, like really good nail art. So I'm like, okay, now I feel confident in this. Now it's time to do more, because I get inspiration from the people that I work with.
Yeah. So it is a good community as far as collaborative artists. You guys learn from each other, and it's not like, that's my secret, nobody.
Well, yes, it is. I feel like with in any industry like that, where you're creative, and because the nail industry, there's a lot of competition. You get on Instagram and you see, nail techs from Russia that are killing the game as far as gel manicures and cuticle work. So it's very competitive, and there are some nail techs that you run into who don't want to show you anything. I'm lucky enough to work with a group of nail techs to where we can walk up to each other and be like, hey, like, hit your sidewalls this way, or file it this way, or let me show you how to do this. Like, the girl that I do work with, Lo, I don't do a lot of nail art, so when I needed it done, I would be like, okay, we would schedule it to where I would do the full set and she would do the nail art.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a team effort, you know, and not a lot of salons are like that. Not a lot of people are comfortable. If it's her client, hey, you can't get in with her, you can definitely come in with me and I'll take care of you.
Okay.
So it's there's not a lot of salons that are like that.
But at one point you would, because you guys all, or let's just say independent, you guys have to really trust each other's work.
Yes.
You guys are all at a certain level of
and our clients are very like, well, is she good? Like they're, I don't want to go to her if she's not, or whatever. But we built that from the beginning. The moment we started working together is when we started building that relationship to where other clients were comfortable enough to come to each of us, and know that it was okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely we have to make sure we're either at the same level, or one's a little bit more, or we're catching up. We have to be same, so that way people can trust us.
Yes.
Yeah.
What caused you to move on from one salon to the next?
Me. Like, I knew, like, my dad used to tell me, you have to be your own boss, Yvonne. Like, there's no way that you can work for other people, which is very true, because I'm very strong personality. So, if I didn't like this, it was to the point where if you're not letting me love what I do, I don't want it. Okay. It's when I start to dislike it is when I'm like, okay, this is not where I want to be, because I work so hard to get to where I'm at. I'm gonna love it, and I need to love it wherever I'm at. So if they weren't allowing me to do that, or I wasn't comfortable enough to do it, I would just, okay, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and put my 2 weeks in. Thank you. I appreciate your time. But I think it's time for me to move on to better things, or a different salon, or whatever the case. So it was just me. Like, I love what I do so much. Don't make me not love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you have always something lined up, or you just go 2 weeks and then
no,
find something?
No, I would always have something lined up. Because you have to, like, my next move has to be already ready. So that way when I make it, it's confident. Okay. I'm confident in it.
Even as a subcontractor or independent contractor, you still have to put in 2 weeks?
No. I just started that 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm just, Viva Lavon Nails is mine now. That's my business, So that was 2 years ago. But prior to that, I was working commission or hourly at different salons.
Okay.
So that's when I would put in my 2 weeks. But now I've only worked at 2 salons as an independent contractor. And then now this being my third one, the Spot Beauty, but this is where I will stay.
Okay.
Because I work with a group of friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. What, speaking of your friends, so how big is the nail business in Phoenix compared to other big cities?
It's big, but not as big.
Okay.
Like, there's not ever any nail shows here. Nobody comes here.
Okay.
And if it is a show, it's hair, nails, and skin. It's not just nails.
Okay.
So I feel like the community that we do have, I try my best to, like, talk to other nail techs, or what I like to do is I'll shout out other people, whether it be nail techs, hairdressers, makeup artists, like Danny, his type of artwork, things like that. I show locals, because that's my thing, is I love to support locals.
Yeah.
And the feedback that I get from other clients, like, it's so awesome that you actually show other nail techs. I'm confident enough in what I do that I don't mind showing love to another nail tech. Like, it's okay. There's enough people in Arizona for us all to eat.
Yeah.
So I don't mind that.
Yeah, there isn't enough of that going around.
I wish it was bigger though, like we've talked about some things that we wanted to do at the shop to invite other nail techs and other people in the industry so we can all get to know each other and maybe even start something amongst ourselves to put Arizona, to put Phoenix on the map as far as the nail community. Yeah.
See, and that's in all genres is not something we have enough of.
No, it's not.
What is there like a city that stands out with nails, or like one nail artist that is like everyone like aspires to be, or a couple of?
I think there's a few. I think there's a few in Phoenix. There's a few in Mesa, Chandler. Everybody has their own. I don't think there's one specific one. I think we all collectively want to bring that to the table.
There's not like the Jimi Hendrix and nails somewhere out there, or
if there is, I want to see her or him. Right now, there is a nail tech that's awesome. He's a good friend of mine. His name's Buddha. He does crazy, like he could draw portraits on nails. Oh, wow. Just like my friend Lo that works at the salon too. Like their level of like artistry is amazing. So who knows? I look up to them, because they do such good work, There's another girl, see, and I don't mind shouting people out, because these are people that I look up to. Chica, she's great. She's at Stash House too, alongside Jimmy, and they're like, they can draw anything. Wow. They're true artists, I know Adri, she does canvases and she's amazing at it. And so they're everywhere, it's not just one specific person. There's so many of them.
Have you been to other cities or other places and checked out their nail game? Is there a vibe or something that is uniquely the Phoenix in the nail game?
I think Phoenix is very like on its own. Because I went to Vegas, and I took a one-on-one class with the nail tech out there, and her name is Cookie, and she's killing it out there. Like, this girl works from like 7 a.m. all the way to 1 o'clock at night. Ooh. But she's great, So I went out and I seen her. I haven't had a chance to go out more, but that's what I want to do. I want to go and travel and meet other nail techs in different states. So that way, hey, if one day I want to get them and be like, hey, can I go work at your salon for the full weekend? We can just get on a plane, fly out there, and travel. So I just don't want to stay in Arizona. I do want to go outside of Arizona too.
What kind of clients get certain kinds of nails done? I mean, do you have, because I've seen some of your work, and some of it is amazing and very elaborate. And I always wonder, like, is it for a specific reason, as far as like maybe they're doing a photo shoot with something like that, or?
No, my clients are extra, just in general.
Right?
So it's, majority of the time they come in and they're like, do whatever you want.
Oh, okay.
Or they're like, hey, I like this color. Or they'll come in and they'll show us ideas so we can get a feel for what they want. Okay. And then we just kind of put our own spin on it. Okay. Yeah. So they're just extra just because.
So it is kind of like... it's
a lifestyle.
So it's... That's awesome.
Definitely a lifestyle.
And right now, you guys have a lot of work going. You guys, we
just added 2 nail techs. We're looking to add another one. Okay. So it's growing. It's so crazy from November to now how much the salon has changed. Okay. And how much is like getting put into it. We do lashes, facials, eyebrows, pedicures, manicures, full sets, all that good stuff. There's something for everybody to like dabble in.
Now, you just don't, because a lot of the work that's on your Instagram is like they're really long nails. Yeah. But you do like all kinds of stuff.
Yes, I do all kinds, but majority of my clients are medium to long nails. Yeah. Because that's when the best work is done. It's on a bigger canvas. More nail to work with, the more stuff I can put on it. Yeah.
What's the piece of work that you've done that your favorite or that you remember the most?
They're recent nails that I just did. They're long stiletto nails. Yeah, those ones. These ones are my favorite ones that I've done. Only because I'm trying to do more nail art. So the fact that I did those, I like them, and she's great. She's been coming to me for almost a year now. And
they look like gothic, vampire type nails. That's awesome. Yeah,
those are. I love that you pulled that up because those are my favorite ones that I've done. I'm very proud of them, because it took me a while, granted, but I feel like with time, that'll be cut shorter and shorter.
And you have, like you said, you have returning customers.
Yes.
all for the.
Yeah.
What makes a bad set of nails? Like if they go in and it's just like, dude, this was.
Yeah. Just a lot of lifting, unevenness, shape. Like I told you, shape is a big thing. So girls will come in all the time and they're like, look at this. And I'll be like, oh, were these coffin? Like, and they're like, yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, so it there's a lot that can make a bad set, but it's more or less attention to detail.
Okay.
I myself am a very picky nail tech. So I'm constantly like, okay, flip your hand this way. Let me look at this. Okay, look at it this way, like if you were looking at them. So you kind of got to look at all aspects, because when I would get my nails done, before I even started doing nails, I would come home and I would look at them. And I'd be like, man, they don't look good, But I mean, to me, they were great. But then later on, once you start to see more nail techs and other girls' nails, you're like, oh, these nails aren't even that great. So it's just attention to detail. And in my opinion.
From when you first started out to where you are now, what do you think is the biggest gain that you got, or the biggest the thing that you learned the most from the beginning to, like, if you go back and you go, I wish I would have learned this. What do you think is the biggest thing that you've applied to your craft now that you didn't have from the very beginning?
That's a good question, because there's a lot.
Okay.
It's pretty much everything. I used to look at a lot of videos for like encapsulated nail art and encapsulated glitter and all that. And I thought, okay, you're going to lay all that acrylic on, but it's like, no, the thinner, the better. It's the build up to it. So if I would have known that back then, I could have been killing it like with encapsulated glitter and, all that stuff.
Okay.
But it's everything that I've learned since I started to now. All of it is important, and all of it's helped me. Being able to be personable is another thing too.
Okay.
Because the way I see it is, you might not be that great at nails, but if your personality, your customer service, and how you engage with your client is on point, more than likely they're going to come back to you.
Okay.
No matter what their nails look like, because they enjoyed you and they enjoyed the service. So that's another thing too, I feel like is really important that I've learned along the way.
Yeah. So how long do you have in the most complicated nail set? How long is someone sitting in front of you?
The nails that I just showed you were 3 hours.
3 hours. Okay.
Yeah. And she's like, okay, yeah, do it. I don't care. Like, she's cool with it. You know your clients and you know their personality. So you're like, okay, look, I've never done this before. It might take me some time. And most of the time they're like, okay, well, just go ahead. Do your thing. Okay. And we just sit and chit chat. But it's because we're engaging so much with each other that time just flies by. So you don't really realize how long you've been sitting down until you actually look at your phone and like, oh, okay, it's been that long.
Yeah.
But it's worth it. I make sure that it's worth it.
I mean, I would think it is a big part of, essentially, you're building rapport with your customer. Mm-hmm. I would imagine that there might be some people that are like a little awkward and don't like to converse, and you sit there for hours. Yep. And
so I book out 2 hours per client. That's for a full set, just so I can get to know them and see what they like. There are people that do come in and don't want to talk, which is fine. I ask them, what I need, and then I'll just go from there. Sometimes they'll be on their phone, or sometimes they'll leave their sunglasses on and they just don't want to talk. So you kind of pick up on those vibes, and then you just go from there. Okay. And I'll check in like, hey, how does this look? Is that length okay? Is that shape okay? And they're like, yeah, okay, that's all I need. If you don't want to talk, that's fine. Some people want to get in and get out, and that's okay too. Yeah. And some people just want to talk the whole time, which is great.
It's a unique approach to, or a unique aspect to dealing with someone. Yeah. Because you're touching them a lot.
It's very like intimate.
Yeah.
We're right here with each other. So if they're having a bad day, I can feel that. And if I'm having a bad day, they can feel that too, because we're so close to each other, Yeah. Yeah.
The other unique thing, of course, like you mentioned, there's men that do nails too. Mm-hmm. But I feel like it's a very woman sort of industry.
Very dominant.
Is there some sort of like weirdness that happens with men doing nails versus women doing nails? Is there like a little competition like that?
Sometimes there is, just depending on who you're working with. Yeah. But majority of the time, no. It's just, we each do our own thing.
Yeah. It's, how, and working on the women topic a little bit, because it seems to me that it's very empowering. It's very you go into a business that it seems, at least at face, that is completely dominated and owned and structured by women.
Yeah.
Have you worked in retail before? When you approach work, is that something that really comes out and like you're really stoked about? Okay, this is women doing great business work as opposed to like just another thing. Is it?
Yeah, of course. You feel a lot of the things that are done in the salon that I'm at now were done by women. So it's good to, like I said, we support locals. So we have a local artist that came in and did a mural inside the salon, her name's Nyla. She's great. You guys should follow her. Okay. It's nice to see other women. It's kind of like, we fix each other's crowns. Like, yeah, girl, you're killing it. Or, little messages on Instagram. Because this Instagram is so big. Everybody's on it. So when you leave a comment just to show a little support, it's always nice. Yeah, but definitely we encourage every woman to that we have at the salon to kill it. And a lot of our clientele are business women. So it's nice. And we do, it is like, hell yeah, we're killing it,
And that's the businesswoman aspect from I feel that it must be some sort of relief or some sort of joy or excitement to come into all right, this is it's not that it's a women's only club, but that it's a woman business to where people can relax a little more. Does it feel that way?
Yeah, definitely.
Because it's
Yep. And especially because we are Hispanic, it makes it that much more better. Okay. To see us thriving and actually killing it and, doing what we love every day. We do have a male in the salon, Joseph, and he kills it. He did a set of nails yesterday that I didn't realize how good he was at nail art. I knew he was good, but he just killed that set. So he's there and we encourage him. He encourages us and I love it. So it's a everybody salon. Anybody comes in, whatever it is that you do and you're passionate about, we're going to root for you.
Good.
Yeah. So it's fun. I love it.
When you practice art, it seems to me like I think about an artist, they have a canvas and they get to practice. And if they mess up, they just throw it away and start again. With nails, it doesn't seem like you have that luxury.
Well, we actually do. So there's a product, it's gel polish. So in order for that product to dry, it has to be put under a UV or an LED light. Okay. So you can keep messing with it as much as you want. And if you don't like it, you wipe it off and then you start over. Okay. Which I do a lot. I do a lot of that. Okay. I practice on myself before I practice on other people. And like I said, there's specific clients, so I'll reach out to and be like, hey, I need you because I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And they're like, all right, cool. Let me know what day. So that way I can block out my day or, schedule some time so I can come see you,
So there are people that are willing to participate in the process.
Yes, there's a lot. There's some who used to tell me in the beginning, why aren't you doing nail art? You could do it. I'll do little things here and there on them, but I won't take a picture or anything because I'm not ready to show that yet. Because whatever I'm going to post up on Instagram, I want it to be good. Because you can zoom in on everything, and I mean, because that's what I do to nails now, oh, what is that? What is, and you zoom in on everything. So I'm like, let me make sure it's quality before someone zooms in on that and really looks at it. Because sometimes I'll even post it and I'll look back and I'll zoom in. And I'm like, but it's up. Okay. It's getting 200 likes, so I'm going to leave it where it's at.
All right. Not everyone's checking the details as much as you are, right?
Yeah, I'm my own worst critic, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. So not everyone seems like could be a nail artist. You do have to have some sort of level of creativity to at least be on the upper echelon of nails. You just can't go in willy-nilly sort of thing.
I mean, there are some people that do. I mean, but then there are others who are very creative, like the group of people that I work with. So it pushes you even more,
Yeah, it seems to be when you get clients that go, hey, just do whatever you want. Yeah. You reach a certain level of creativity, a certain level of artistic.
And sometimes you get those creative blocks where you're like, do whatever you want. Okay, but what do you like? Whatever you like. And it's like, give me something.
Okay.
Like, give me something that I can work off of, you
Okay.
know? But yeah, for the most part, you do have to be creative
What?
and think outside of the box.
So in that aspect, then, where do you draw inspiration from if and when you do get these blocks? Do you
Everywhere.
Uh-huh.
When I have those kind of blocks, what I do is I try to look at things that aren't nails.
Okay.
So like, I don't know, paintings or like shirt patterns, or sometimes I look at lowriders too, like the colors and like line work and everything. So you kind of grab from everywhere. Or I'll see something, I'll be like, ooh, and I'll take a picture of it. Like, you know, I go downtown to one of our favorite bars, and one of the employees was wearing like a pink shirt. It was very like 80s, 90s. And I took a picture of the pattern because I'm like, that would look great on nails. And then later on, I go on Instagram and somebody did something similar to it. So it's kind of just, you grab it from everywhere, honestly, and anything, just like any artist too, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where that's like an eclectic way to, do you, silly question, but sometimes do you, like, if you listen to something or you watch a movie, do you like dream of some of these, like you're always on sort of thing? Like I had a crazy dream the other day and I'm like, why would I dream about that? But when you're locked into something, you start dreaming crazy things.
I dream that I'm at work.
Okay.
Yeah. At work doing something, or I'll dream about what I've seen like outside, you know, like, and it'll come into my dream. I'm like, I gotta try that.
Okay.
Like I have to do that. Like the thing with the shirt, it was like pink and black with white and purple and all that. Well, I ended up like dreaming about that, but me wearing the shirt. So it's like little things like that. So I'm like, well, let's just try to put that on a nail, or let's try, you know, like I said, I'm still building my artistic, but I'm trying.
Okay.
You get like press-ons, and you like, if I don't have anybody at work, I'll try to do it. Old English right now is very in. Everybody wants that. So that's something that I'm trying to master. So it's taking some time, but I'm getting there. You know, so when I do post up pictures, they're like, why haven't you been doing that? Why, you know, and I'm like, oh, well, it has to look good before I put it on anybody.
Yeah, you got to make sure that it's, what, do you have any creative goals with where you want to go with nail art, as maybe not just a business like growing, but maybe as far as you mentioned that when there are beauty shows or salon shows, it's never just nails by itself. Is there a creative goal you wish to get, I'm not going to say like more respect for the nail game, but is there something that you want to do to make it stand out?
Oh yeah, for sure. There's a lot that I want to do.
Be on its own.
It's just a matter of executing it. And I think with the group of girls that I work with now, we all have kind of the same vision. So for us to go and do it would be easy. It's just finding time. Okay. Finding time. A lot of us are very busy and booked because I'm by appointment only, just like everybody else at the salon. So it's kind of like, okay, when can we all block out time to sit down and really go over things? Okay. So that way we could do it. Like we really want to get into like fundraisers and like Thanksgiving, doing a food drive, like things like that, because not a lot of salons do it. And if they do, nobody really knows about it, you know? So that's something that we really want to get into, is like helping and doing stuff. Like I was talking to a client the other day, I believe it was a client or a friend, making little dog booties because it's hot outside. Yeah. And I love animals. So if we could all like do something like that, or walk around, you know, go around downtown or whatever, and hey, your dog doesn't like, because you see them, oh, here, these are for your dog, or just something like that. You know, nobody really is into that now. So we kind of want to give back. We want to be more involved with the community. Okay. Yeah. So that's for me, it's not a creative goal. I think it's more just a goal for the whole salon, for us to do, to get out there and be known for something like that, other than nails too. Yeah. Yeah. For sure. I read some sort of thing or saw somewhere that the beauty industry is very lucrative. Yeah. I have a buddy who's doing in Los Angeles, lashes is crazy. Killing it. Yes, we have a girl at our salon that kills it. And hair extensions too. So nails is in that industry as well. It's very lucrative as well, and it's very, I mean, you guys aren't fighting over, like you were saying, you're not fighting over business or anything like that. It's a good business to be in. It's not ever going to go out of style. Okay. There's always going to be women and men who want to come in and get their nails done all the time, get their lashes done, toes done, everything. So in that, going back to what you were talking about before,
What is there plans to have your own sort of show, or at least in Phoenix, or maybe just nice. Starting maybe with your own salon and I don't know, have people come in and look at the artwork that it seems to me like from somebody again looking in, I don't appreciate nail art as much as I should. At least it's just an Instagram, and I've seen for whatever reasons a couple beauty salons and a couple nail salons follow me, and I look at them and I'm like, man, that is fucking amazing. What the hell? And I do wonder, how long does that take? But it's very difficult to find that sort of artwork displayed anywhere else. So it's kind of, you got to start within to get it out. You know, so I think that's what we're thinking about doing there at the Spot Beauty. I mean, I would like to see at one point maybe have some sort of art show, maybe a photograph show, past work or something like that, where the pictures are not just maybe, although cell phones are really good, but not just, but something that's printed up. Definitely. And have a sort of community. Is that something that you guys think about, at least having some sort of... We've actually done that amongst ourselves. Okay. So I've done a nail shoot with a good friend of mine, client turned friend, Stephanie. And we had a photo shoot. So I had a model, I did her nails, and she sat in lowriders and, you know, hand out the window, focused on that. But she also had her makeup done, her hair done. So it was kind of all, you know, she was able to wear, you know, a brand that is well known in the lowrider community. So it was, that was fun. You know, again, one of the girls that I work with did her own photo shoot with models and clients that she has, very heavily tattooed, did their nails. So main focus was nails, but you also got to see a beautiful woman in a bikini, like, you know, rocking some dope nails and nice hair and great makeup, you know. So we've done that before, and that's something that I've been wanting to do and to do more of. Okay. So Stephanie and I, we're going to be getting together and doing another shoot with more nails, you know. So now that I'm getting into more nail art, that's going to be something else that's going to be showcased. Yeah. I used to do photography for this salon out of San Diego, and their main goal was to be in a certain catalog that came out every year. Do you guys have the same thing, like as nail artists? Do you guys have like a catalog that you guys look forward to being in? Yes, there's Nail Pro, Nails Magazine. Right now, a brand that's really good is Valentino Beauty. Okay. So that's another one. They actually helped out the salon a lot when we first opened. They sent out their whole acrylic collection. Okay. For us to start. So there's only two, from what I know, there's only our salon and one other one that has this specific type of table. Okay. So what the owner did was she got 4 tables and a pedicure station. So when we did that promo shoot, we kind of focused on the fact that we have that at the salon because it sets us apart from any other salon here. So that was really cool. So we did things like that. In attracting clients for that, now it is very, normally when I see nails like that, it seems to be very urban, very Latino, very African American stuff. Is that where the biggest draw for your clientele is, or are you guys just totally all across the board? Yeah, everybody from every community comes to us. Yeah, it's not just one specific person or type of person. It's literally everybody. It's very diverse. Yeah. Does that surprise you as an artist, coming from maybe the background that you came from? In the beginning it did, but now it doesn't. From out of your house? Yeah. But now it doesn't, because the way we have the vibe set up in the salon, it's so welcoming that anybody can come in. So, and that's what the goal was to make sure that anybody and everybody from all walks of life feel comfortable to sit down with us and interact with us. Yeah. That's awesome. I don't think it's something that, again, from an outsider, that I see all the time as far as it being as diverse as, I mean, you see these nails been done for a long time. Yeah. Do you know the history of these nails? Do you know how long people have been decorating their nails? It's been
going on for a while. Like ever since I was younger, I used to see him. My dad actually worked for a company who his boss he was really close with, and we would go to their house and Christmas, Thanksgiving, and his wife would have really long nails. And she loved them. She always had to have them done. And there wasn't a point in time where I didn't see her with them. But she got them really long. And I mean, so I've been seeing it since I was a kid, and who knows how long. I wish I knew a little more.
Yeah.
But just when I started to see it, I used to see her and her nails were, and she used to bake. She made my mom's wedding cake, everything, like her nails were long.
Okay.
And that's what I remember her as, is just her long nails all the time. Always done, always polished, different colors, like glitter, everything. So I remember it since way back then. So I'm pretty sure it's been happening for a long time.
Yeah. I had a teacher in elementary school who always had these. Yeah. They were more like claws, but they were super long and curvy. What trends are there in the nail industry right now? What
right now is neon. Neon's like, I feel like every summer is something different. So this year is neon. Everybody's getting like these, like bright and very out there nails. So that's trending. Stonework is forever trending. Being able to like place stones and make them look bling nails, pretty much all the bling. But right now I feel like it's neon.
Okay.
You look online and it's neon. Neon, there was jelly nails. Do you remember the little jelly shoes that girls would wear? Yeah, those were killing it, and they still are. What else? Right now, those are the two that stick out to me right now.
Okay.
Are jelly nails and the neons.
Do people go like super over the top and put like gold or like diamonds on?
Yeah, that's what the bling is.
Oh, it's real.
Yeah, they're yeah, like they're it's crazy. If you look online and you just you type in nails, you're gonna get a crazy amount of pictures with all different types of nails. Like it's ridiculous. So it's a forever changing field. So you got to like really be on top of it. If there's something that's trending, try and get it. Like right now, the neon crystals are in right now. I see a lot of nail techs. So I went and I ordered a lot of them.
Okay.
I was honest. So if somebody asks for it, if you have it, that's great, because then they're going to keep coming back to you, because you're always going to have what's trending. Oh yeah. Money nails.
Money nails.
Cutting up money.
Oh,
those are I did those ones, and it says in Von we trust.
Now, is that a real, or did you paint those detail, or did you actually cut up? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah. So those are really big. Those were trending heavy, and you got nail techs from all over who do such great work that they execute it so good. You're like, oh, like it makes you want to do it too.
Yeah.
So that's when I went and I did it.
That's amazing.
And that was a client that was like, do whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, as far as a creative force, it seems like it's almost the same in certain aspects of where in order to be a successful business, you do have to keep up with trends.
Yes.
How creatively does that weigh on you a lot?
Oh, all the time.
Okay.
All the time. Like, you look at, because again, you're on Instagram, you're on social media all the time. You look at everything, you're like, oh. And then I get clients who will come in and show me the same picture. Nails that I've seen that I've already saved, but I get like 1, 2, 3 clients that are showing me it. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I got to get that, because it's already more than one person who's brought to me the same picture. So it's time for me to go out and buy what I need to buy. And get it. So that way, if somebody else comes in, yeah, girl, don't worry, I got it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's very stressful to look at other techs and compare, because it's hard not to compare yourself, or to compare your work to others.
I would imagine that's a big thing.
But it drives, well, at least me, to want to do it and to do better, so that way I can continue to give out that good service.
So somebody brings you a picture of some other tech's work, you look at it, and you sometimes go, okay, I can do that, but can I put my own twist on
always.
it?
I won't ever, and that's another thing that's a topic right now for most nail techs, is you can bring in whatever inspiration you want, but I will not do it exactly the same.
Okay.
Maybe I'll use the same colors, but it's just going to be my way of doing it, you know? you're still going to get the same feel, but there's no way that I want to do it exactly the same.
Is there an issue with artists stealing other people's work?
I don't feel like it's stealing. I feel like it's give credit where credit is due.
Okay.
That's like an unspoken rule, I feel like, in any field. If you got inspiration from this specific person, tag them, put inspired by or inspo by, that is a big deal. When you don't give credit where credit is due.
Okay.
That's when it becomes an issue. Because especially if it's somebody who started a trend, and there are specific nail techs who do start things.
Okay.
It's important for you to at least tag them. Even if they're not going to see you because they're like celebrity nail artists, still have the common courtesy to tag them and let them know, like, hey, you know what? I grabbed this from you. And it might not be the same. I mean, I have seen pictures where it's exactly the same and they don't tag them.
Okay.
But then if you go in the comments, our clients like ride for us so hard that they'll tag us and they'll be like, oh, you got this inspired by, like, they're very quick. You know, women are very quick and very catty to do things like that.
So there are nail artist connoisseurs.
Yes.
That I have a bad habit of, I can hear a guitarist and I know who plays it.
Oh, yes.
Can somebody look at somebody's work?
Yep.
That's
I know
Vaughn's
exactly
work.
who it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like Cookie, when I went to Vegas, she's one of the nail techs that I love to look up to and to grab inspiration from, because I can see a set and I'll be like, I know exactly who did that and it's hers. Or I'll see another nail tech who did a similar set to hers and I'll click on it and sure enough, they're like, inspired by, and it's her work, So, yes, there are.
You also have clients, I assume, too, that aren't necessarily artists, but they can pick out.
Oh, yeah.
From.
And and our clients follow more nail techs than we do. And they'll be like, have you seen this one? No, I haven't. Let me go on Instagram and follow her, Okay. So yeah, there are very, very good nail techs out there who are very well known.
Does it get to the point where like they're so good at knowing what artist is good at something, like, okay, I'm feeling this vibe, so I need to go to Vaughn to do this. I'm feeling this vibe and I need to go to Buddha to do this.
Yeah.
Are they that like picky to the point where, like,
oh yes,
I know who is the best for what my mood is. Wow, that's epic.
Yeah. So I get a lot of girls who come in and tell me, oh, I couldn't wait to get in with you because I just love your shape.
Okay.
I look at everybody, making sure you hashtag all your pictures is important, because a lot of people go on Instagram and type in Arizona nails. And then everybody who has that hashtag, all their work's going to pop up.
Okay.
So they're like, oh, I was looking for somebody because I couldn't get this shape or I couldn't get this. And then I found you and I knew I had to book with you. And then they'll book with me. And when they come in, that's what they'll tell me.
Okay.
Yeah. And I've even had girls tell me that they came in based off of the content that I have on my Instagram and the way that it's set up and how it's visually pleasing, which I never thought people looked into that at all. I thought it was more the work, but just the layout of my page and how I interact with my, my followers or my clientele is what they're like, okay, yeah, she seems cool.
Well, the more you tell me about the business, the more it seems to be, if you're paying attention to detail, and if even your Instagram is detailed out, then you would make sense to go with someone who pays attention to detail. What do you think you are known for?
I feel like right now, shape.
Okay.
Yeah, which is great because that's what I was like shooting for.
For those of us who don't know it, what is shape?
Just like right here, like these are coffin.
Okay.
So then the fact that they're straight and crisp, that's what people want. Very clean. If you're gonna do stiletto, you either do them really sharp or you don't. So that's another shape that right now I'm trying to master. I feel like, which were the nails that I showed you, those are stiletto, which are very, pointed.
The pointy ones.
Yes. Yeah. So being able to make that even and make that point sharp, people look for things like that. They want that. They want clean work.
Now you I think you mentioned what makes a good nail. The divisions you spoke of, you're good at shape. What other things incorporate a good craft in the nail? Foundation,
the longevity of the nails, how long they're going to last you, if they're going to break in 2 weeks or if you're going to lose one in a week. There was times when I was doing nails, like I would do the full set, which mind you used to take me 3 hours to do a very basic set because I was still learning, but I would have them call me 4 days later, hey, a nail popped off. you know? So it's like mastering the foundation of, you know, like laying your acrylic and all that is something that's important.
And so you're known for shape. Mm-hmm. Is someone else in your shop known for something else?
Yes, we have Lo and Joseph and Patty, who are known for like their artistic abilities.
Okay.
You know, Tessa, we have Tessa at the salon, and she does great work on natural nails. You want to come in and get a gel mani? Tessa's your girl because she's going to kill it. Clean cuticle work, clean up. She's starting to do more nail art as well, which I know she can do, but it's just having people come in and like, hey, yeah, go ahead and do it. You know? So, but yes, definitely we're known for shape, stonework, and nail art.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, when you do nail art, I always like envision like some of that stuff that you did. You're under a magnifying glass and it's extremely detailed. What process do you use to be able to get such great detail?
It's just zooming in and looking at everything and learning like where to place it. So when I went out to Vegas, that was one thing that Cookie showed me was where to start, what to start on first. You know, start on your bold lines first, or start with the white background and then fill it in with your color little by little, or start off, okay, you like the way this line looks, hurry up and put it in the light, cure it so that way it's set and you don't have to worry about messing it up, because when you go on from there, if you don't like it, you can wipe it off, but that line will stay there because it's already dry. So and just having your hand like literally right here and looking at it and making sure your client's relaxed and you're able to move their finger around, because some people are very stiff. Okay. And you're like, okay, like just relax.
Oh, that's
I gotta move your finger, you know, like, so you're literally right here. Your hand is right in my face, so I can make sure. And also not really talking, you know, like just zoned in on what you're doing. And then when you're done, okay, so how does that look? And then like, kind of like, all right, now I can talk, because majority of the time I'm holding my breath when I'm drawing lines and everything. So it's just being zoned in and focused.
Is that those nails you showed me, is that the most detail that you've put into a nail? Yeah.
So I'm trying to get a little more into it, but I feel like those ones were only because it was just the numbers. Okay. It was the numbers is what took me the longest. Yeah. But everything else I can do that quick.
Do you like sketch and draw or paint or anything else?
No, I don't actually. Okay. I can't draw at all. Okay.
So if someone says I want a portrait of Abraham Lincoln on my nail,
I'm like, wow, you better go to somebody. You better go to Lowe for that. Okay. Yeah.
Is there such thing like crazy like 3D sort of stuff that's happening in a hologram or?
There is 3D nail art. There's like 3D flowers. There's some nail techs that can do like a bear. I've seen a girl who will put like a bear on your nails. Like, you know, like the little stuffed bears. Okay. She can put that on the nail. There's some girls who do like fishes, flowers, like all kinds of stuff. They're just so good with how they're able to do it. Like you can put anything on a nail. There's nail competitions where the nails are this long and it's a theme. Under the sea. So you got girls who like make coral and fishes and bubbles, and it's crazy. So that's what I wish was here more, were nail competitions like that.
Where just crazy.
It's right. Oh, I don't think I posted it. I don't have it on here.
Just crazy exotic stuff.
Yeah. So like I did like a concha. I love pink concha. So I did one of those on a nail. And like I posted that and everybody loved it. Yeah. But I didn't so it's things that I'm trying to do. Or I did like the gator print or the feel. I did those ones. Damn. Cute, huh? Yeah. Oof. Yeah, so it's just things like that. Awesome. And for you who doesn't look at nails, you're like, oh, how did you do that? I bet that took forever. But for me, being in the industry, it was just so easy. Yeah. So it's cool to show other people things like that.
Yeah, and it'd be amazing. Yeah. What? So, because on that, I look at that and I'm like, man, how long did it take? You look so awesome. But the artwork on nails has a finite life. It's
2 to 3 weeks and it's done.
And it's done. When you do something really great, does that kind of like irk you a little bit?
No,
Like
I just take all the pictures I can. Yeah, so that way, if in a month I want to, hey, Flashback Friday, take a look at this set, it still looks good, you know, and the fact that I took a picture of it and I can post it again and again will keep it, you know, up and keep me feeling good about it, you know? The fact that she comes in 2 or 3 weeks and wants to take it off, that's fine. We could do something else.
Okay.
Let's do something else. Let's see what else I can come up with. Like the set, the stiletto set. When she comes in and sees me, it's going to be like, okay, how can I outdo the set that I just did on her, you know? So it's kind of like you have to push yourself to do better, you know? So it doesn't bother me at all. Sometimes you have clients who are like, well, I don't want to take it off. And they'll come in like a month and they'll still have the same set on. Okay. And they're like, I just loved it so much. I wasn't ready to come see you to take it off. And they still get compliments on them too.
So nails should basically last about 2 weeks?
Yes. The ideal is 2 to 3 weeks. Sometimes they last longer. And again, that comes with skill level and attention to detail, making sure your cleanup and your prep is really good. Yeah.
So but if everything is going for normal, it's about 2 weeks, and then they come in and
and it's something different.
How now? This is obviously a silly question, but how important is it to have? Because I'm looking at it like you're being commissioned to do art on somebody's body. You know, how important is it not just for you to be satisfied for what you're doing, but your client as well?
Oh, very.
Because I'm thinking like I'm like, you can get a nail done and you go, man, I just killed it. That's awesome. But then your client looks at it and goes, maybe.
Yeah. But it's very important because if you look at it, they're your walking advertisement. That is the word of mouth. And a lot of my clientele is word of mouth and is social media. So the fact that they post the pictures, tag me, their consistency with coming in to see me, it's very important. You have to be good. And if and it goes back to making sure you're interacting with your client, checking in with your client, making sure they like it. Because if she's like, I'm like, well, what do you want to change? And being able to accept that is important too, because they're going based off of your energy. So if you're like, all right, well then what do you want to do? They're going to be like, oh, you know what, never mind, just go ahead and we'll just leave it, you know? But then when they leave, that's going to be a different story. That's when they're going to be like, you know what, I like it, but I wanted to whatever, you know? So then boom, there goes that, you know, that's a review that's going to travel from one person to the next person to the next person. So interacting with your client and being okay with them not liking something is important too.
Now, when you're interacting with someone, that's also a big part of it, as we mentioned before. Like you can technically have the great nails, your client could like them, but if you were not interacting in an appropriate manner or were just flat out not cool, that could
steer them away.
I
mean, they'll come back to you, but they're going to get tired of it. Because look, they're taking 2 hours out of their day to come and see you. Yeah. And if that experience isn't memorable or isn't fun, why are they going to come back? Yeah, you're great at nails, but you have no personality. Yeah. How am I going to sit there and talk to you? You know, that's what sets us aside from the corner shop, is because we do interact with you and we do care about your opinion, and you are going to leave with something that you do want. You're not going to leave with something that I want to do because it was quick. Like, no, that's why we are by appointment only, is so we can sit there and get to know our client. So then they do come back.
So this, again, from an outsider looking in, and I look at the jokes and this, that, and the other, where, the best nails are done at a Vietnamese shop or an Asian sort of shop. Now, it seems to me that the thing that they're lacking or might lack, just from the jokes and things, is that communication. Yeah. Do you see some sort of trend coming, shifting from that genre, if it is a real genre? Because again, I don't know, to someone like you. First of all, is the genre true? Like the Asians?
I feel like the thing is it goes back to, you're gonna get what you pay for. You get what you pay for, in a sense. You're gonna go, if you want a $20 set, because it's $20, you're gonna get a $20 set. But if you want to take time to spend a little more, that's the quality of work you're going to get. So I don't necessarily think it's them specifically. I think it's the type of clientele that is going to them.
Okay.
You know, because they're like in and out, you know, and then that keeps them in that mindset. The more people I see, the more money I'm going to make. Where as far as us, we're quality over quantity. So it's like, we're going to take our time, you know, we're going to be by appointment only. So it makes you feel like, okay, this is my time. And then we take our time and do what we got to do. So there is a big difference between us and the corner store and the corner shops.
Where, and not trying to make you brag or anything, but what do you think your shop is in relation to the rest of the shops? I
feel like we're killing it. You know, and I think it goes back to like following and stuff. We don't have a big following right now, but we have great people that work there. Great. Like when people come in, they love the vibe. They love what we're doing. We make it to where we're all interacting. So if there's a conversation that's happening over there, my client that's over here can turn around and start interacting, you know, and it's good. So I feel like that sets us apart too. You know, with some time, our following will be up there. And, you know, right now we get a lot of clients who are like, oh, your shop's coming up on like the Explorer page. So we click on it, and then that's how we found you. That's how we found, you know, Lo or Tessa or Joseph, you know, like, and then that's when our following starts to interact with each other. So I feel like we're killing it as far as customer service, being able to interact with the clients, putting out quality work. So within time, we're going to be right up there with, you know, more of the salons that are more well known.
How important is social media in all of this? Do you get a lot of business from social media?
Because what it is it's a like visual, like you can see the work before you come in and get it. Whereas before, you would just go in based off of what so-and-so said and hope that when you sat down, that's what you got too. But now you're able to see it. Your portfolio is live. Like they can go to you, see it. They read comments. They click on a page that's on Instagram where people tag you. So they look at that, you know, because any nail tech can post up a great picture. But when you go to those tag photos, that's when you're really going to see it, because those are raw pictures of clients holding coffee or whatever, you know. So it's very important because majority of our clientele comes from social media.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Yeah, because it's very dominant, you know.
Okay.
So that's where it comes from, and being able to book online and, you know, being easy to access, you know, responding back to your people who are reaching out to you, wanting to know questions, you know, referring them to click this, look at that, let me know if you have any questions. Like, so it's very, very important.
So is it, do you have like a separate web page, or everything is basically Instagram and Facebook?
Well, I'm solely on Instagram.
Okay.
That's all I work out of is Instagram. I do have a link in my bio, which is for online booking, which will take you to Square, which is Square Booking that I use. It'll show you what I offer. Once you click on it, it gives you my whole book, my whole calendar. Okay. So you can pick when you want to come in, what time.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you're 21st century, fully integrated online.
Yeah. Working on the website. So that'll be something too, because I do, there's Viva Lavon Nails, and then there's Viva Lavon, which is something that I've been working on, kind of like branding that. Okay. So I have stickers, I have pop sockets, shirts. I want to come out with a lot more things, you know. Okay. I have a shirt that I need to put out. It's The Hustle Never Sleeps. Okay. And I feel like it's true and that's for anybody, for whatever it is that you do, that you work hard towards, and you're staying up late thinking about it or staying up late working on it. That's what that shirt is going to be for, is for those people.
Nice. So, oh yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So I'm working on that.
Do you find that because your craft is so attention to detail, do you find that like spilling over other things, that you maybe as a consumer, you look at the detail very nice or very closely, and then you're like, oh, not that. Or
see, and it's so funny because I'm this way because him. Okay. It is ridiculous. Like when I first started doing nails and I would show him and I'd be so happy, he would like rub it. And he'd be like, well, okay, like right here, like, you know, this. So the way that I am now is because of him. Okay. Yeah. And he's still like that. Like working on our house, like he doesn't want anybody to help him. because he has a specific way that he wants to do it. I'll go and I'll help. I painted a baseboard. And he's laughing because I was like, oh, yeah, I did good. Why did he go and cut another piece? You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, you know, with him, like really looking at my nails too and like helping me like, oh, like this. And he'll zoom in on my pictures. Whenever I'm really like proud of a set, I'll send it to him. And he'll zoom in and he'll be like, oh, like, is it all matte? Like, cause this. And I'm like, yes, it's all matte. Like, you know, so having him by me and like doing that too is another reason why I look at everything like that. We'll go to restaurants and he's looking at everything. And I'm just like, now I'm doing it. Yeah. I'll go somewhere and I'll be like, oh, hey, I've seen this and you know, things. I don't know anything about doing baseboards or doing a roof or I don't know any of that, you know, but because of the way he is, when I go and then I'll see it and I'll point stuff out to him and he'll be like, yeah. He's like, why are you looking at that though? I'm like, well, I mean, it's you.
It's your fault, right?
Yeah.
So that's interesting. I like that now you're just
it's everywhere.
Looking, you just have a different layer of view field to look at a bunch of other things too. Does that translate over to like you might listen to a record or you might listen? Something tastes funny or something like besides just
food.
The visual
Don't even
aspect.
Get me started on food. His mom, like, this woman's taste buds are ridiculous. I'll eat something, I'll be like, oh yeah, that's great. She's like, no, it's like missing something. There's not enough this, or what did they put in that? It's this, like, and then now I'm going and wanting to try things like that. Like, okay, well, what is this? Or, you know, so music, not so much. I love listening to music, but I'm not really like, I don't have an ear for it like that. But for nails and going to restaurants and looking at the decor or the way this wall's set up or tasting this, it all comes from who I'm around 24/7. Like,
and that in turn gets funneled into your craft some sort of way, huh?
And it's how much pride you take into your work too. You know, like I get, you know, clients who tell me, I can tell you love what you do. Because I put so much pride into it, you know, and every set that goes out, I want it to look good. I want you to love the nails that you got and enjoy the experience that you got too. So that's another thing that I really pride myself on.
Are you priding yourself on just the quality of your work, or is doing nails just happens to be an outlet for your creative output? Or
well, whatever creativity I got, that's where it all goes. That's where all of it goes, actually. Like, you know, we have our house and I don't even know how I want to like decorate it, you know, but when it comes to nails, I already got it. Like, okay, look, I was looking at this picture, look at this, like, what do you like? And then go into that. But I feel like I pride myself on all of it. The creative outlet, the attention to detail, the customer service, the relationships that I have with my clients, because they're not just dollar signs to me. I build a relationship with them, and sometimes even hang out with them outside of me doing nails, you know, and a lot of my clients have turned into my friends, which I'm pretty sure is the same for, you know, the people that I work with too. You know, you get some good friends that are your clients, you know.
Now, looking back as to wanting to do nails, working out of your house, back in those days, did you always envision being a professional nailers, or always just started off as fun and then turned into fun.
This? Sometimes I'll be at the salon or I'll be in the midst of doing nails and I'm like, damn, like this is what I do for a living. Like, I can't believe it's what I do. And I feel like that's going to be with me for however long I decide to do nails, is the fact that I get to wake up every day and love what I do. So like, I'm a tomboy. Like, I'm not the most girly girl or anything. So the fact that I do nails is very shocking for a lot of people. And the fact that I do it still shocks me sometimes. But it wasn't something that I was like, yeah, that's what I'm going to be when I grow up. It was more, it fell into my lap and I ended up liking it. Then I ended up loving it. And now it's all I want to do.
And do people look at you funny when that aren't in the industry? That do you tell them what you do for a living? And it's like,
I think it's nails. More normal now. But like friends, like that I grew up with are like, you do nails? And I'm
Uh-huh.
like, yeah. They're like, no, but like for real, you do nails? I'm like, yeah, that's what I do for a living. And I'm actually good at it.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, okay. Because they never would have thought. But when I go out to eat or wherever it is, I always have one hand that's not done and then one hand that's done.
Okay.
Because this is my working hand.
Okay.
So I need to be able to do what I need to do. So this is my canvas hand. And a lot of nail techs in the industry are like this. It's I wouldn't say it's very rare, but you'll find nail techs that have them both done.
Do you do your own?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. My jowl manis on this hand, I don't. I'll have one of the girls do it, and then I'll post them while they're doing it, or I'll be like, oh, you know, so and so did this. Come check her out. Availability, like things like that.
When you going back again to your friends who like are surprised that you do nails, coming from a certain background, were some people like, let's just say, not as supportive when you were saying, hey, I'm gonna do nails, as opposed to like, that's not a real job sort of attitude?
No, I haven't had that experience.
Okay.
Thankfully, you know, a lot of the people that I was surrounding myself with were hyping me up.
Okay.
And did want to come and get them done, even if they fell off in like 4 days.
Okay.
Just the fact that they seen how excited I was to do it and how I was going and getting, like, I used to have a container filled with glitters and polishes, you know? So they're like, okay, yeah, let's do it. So thankfully, I didn't have to experience that. I do know some of the girls that I do work with now, they were like, that's not a real job.
Uh-huh.
Now it's like, it is. And
Yeah.
I'm making a really good living off of it. So, but no, I haven't had that experience, thankfully.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. There's no pushback as far as like
No.
trying to stifle your creative
No,
output
not at
all.
all. And it's so crazy because, like, throughout my whole career, in and out of salons and doing work, like, he was always like right there with me, like my support system, because he could have been like, yo, stop already. Like, if this is what you want to do it. If it's not, don't do it. Like, you know, but he was like, no, you should do it. You should still, you know, so like very encouraging. So
Nice.
that helps a lot.
When you were little, did you already have creative tendencies growing up? Can you remember anything that you started like that maybe triggered the creative?
I mean, I don't think
Artistry.
so. I think it more came out when I seen that my aunt was doing it.
Okay.
And then I started to get into it and really see like where you could go with it.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, every kid loves to draw and, you know, the coloring books and all that good stuff. I was into photography at one point when I was in high school. So I have a lot of pictures that I took. So, you know, that could have sparked it too. Like the graffiti scene, you know, my boyfriend was in it and he can draw really good. So in high school, I would see all my friends doing it. So then that was a creative outlet too. But I was, like I said, I can't draw. So
Yeah.
it was just something I tried to do. But then it just so happens that nails is what I'm good at. And now I'm trying to get into more of the artistry.
Okay.
So yeah, that's when it started, is when I started to do nails.
Where do you, as far as your artistry goes in nails, is there something else that you want to push the limits on as far as nails? Maybe, I don't know, as far as length, canvas, is there something in your head that you want to get out, or
I
in
want
a
to
list
do
of
more
ideas?
competitions.
Okay.
I want to push myself to do more of those. Like right now, there's a competition that's running on Instagram, and I just took a picture today of my nails. I went out and bought flowers, you know, like pushing myself to do more, because before I would see them and be like, I can't do that. But this one I feel confident in because I love doing ombre nails, which is what I have now.
Okay.
That's what I feel I'm good at. So I was like, I could do that, you know, so pushing myself to do more things like that, you know. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? I don't win,
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
Yeah, but I want to do more competition.
Okay.
Yeah.
But those are online competitions?
Yeah.
Or?
And there's some that are in person, but like I
Okay.
said, they're not ever here.
They're not here.
In California. A lot of things happen in California.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I would think, like you were mentioning, the other things that go with nails is I would expect somebody would want to see them too, or maybe touch
Feel them
them.
and look. Yeah. And those are those in-person live competitions. Those ones.
How, as far as the competition scene goes on here, obviously it's good for visuals or getting your name out there, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But winning one,
Yeah.
there is like,
That would be great.
you know, oh my God, Vaughn won the regionals
Yeah.
in, you know, Southern California, and then
Yeah.
you're people do
And then
recognize
that's when
it.
people start reaching out to you.
Okay,
Then
all
that's when brands want to send you PR
Oh,
packages
okay.
and all that good stuff.
So there are sponsors. You
Oh,
can,
yeah.
you can be sponsored by somebody
You
doing
can.
this.
There's
Okay.
certain brands, yeah. And again, that goes back to like following quality of work, you know, the attention to detail. So I feel like I'm kind of like setting myself up for maybe one day that happening.
Okay.
But even if it doesn't, that's fine with me too. I just love to do what I do. And to get better is like the goal for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
How far do you think? I mean, we're always learning, right, on our craft. Where do you learn from? At this point, is it just inspiration and or experience through your?
It's videos too.
Okay.
Learn from a lot of videos, taking classes, just like the one-on-one that I did. I know there's some at a school here that I've attended to before.
Okay.
That's another way of learning. So it's just going out there and looking for it is how you continue to grow.
Would you teach a one-on-one class
yeah,
to
I
somebody?
have.
You have? Okay.
Yeah,
People come
I
up to
have.
you and go, "Hey, teach me how to do nails."
Yeah,
And
I've
then-
had girls reach out to me and then we set up some time and they come in and we go in.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Man, this is very enlightening, but at the same time, it's almost like every other decent craft out there
Yeah.
too. And the thing that's very dynamic about doing nails again is that you have to produce for clients on a consistent basis. You really can't
Yeah.
take a day off and have long like people like writer's blocks. People won't write
Yeah.
for months, but you can't do that.
No.
You can't have nail artist
Because
block.
if I do, though, it's on to the next.
Yeah.
They'll find another nail artist.
You're not going to be able to.
Yeah.
So I am amazed at the type of creative pressure that's put on someone in that genre or in that specific situation where creating something is just paramount. You have to go in and day out, and it's never. But your passion for it, you always wake up in a good. I'm going to go do what I love today.
Yep.
That's the difference between.
I'm very fortunate in that sense
That
because when working retail, I would be like, I just don't want to. How can I like make an excuse not to go to work today?
Yeah.
Like, you know, but for me, it's like there's days where I wake up and I'm like, yeah, I'm tired, but I love what I do. So you have to go to work. You know,
Yeah.
you go to work and you're like, once you're there, all that goes away. Yeah. And you're just like, okay, let's do this.
You're zoned in, you're ready to go, and it's just.
And then the vibe that we have at the salon is you just feed off of it, you know? So it puts you in a good mood.
So you basically have a great community at the salon.
Oh, yeah. We got a
and
great team. Yeah.
You've been in salons where the creative mood is somebody comes in and it's like, oh no, it's fucking Danny comes in and nobody likes working with me and shit, you know, something like that. Yeah.
I worked at a salon where it was catty all over, and this salon was hair and nails and skin. Like it was ridiculous. I would go to, and that's when like I said before, I would be like, oh, I don't want to go to work.
Yeah.
But I love what I do. I should want to go to work, you know? And that's when I'm like, that's it. I'm done. Can't do it anymore. Because I worked so hard to get to where I'm at, I love my license so much. Like I worked hard to get that. So like, I want to make sure I love where I work, the people I work with, alongside what I do, you know?
So God forbid if you ever have to go look for somewhere else, those are the things that are important to finding a community.
And if I can't find it, then I guess I'm getting a suite by myself. But I'm not ever going to leave where I'm at. I love the girls that I work with, and we've worked together. 3 of us have worked together for a while now. So I'm done moving.
Yeah.
No more. That's it. That's my home.
Good.
Yeah.
And that's a great place to be able to create and be yourself.
Exactly.
You know, that's important too.
And go to work and be with your friends.
Yeah. Be with your friends.
Yep.
That's amazing. Well, all right. Thank you so much. I
Thank you.
really appreciate it. This was amazing. It's enlightening.
Yep. Now when you see nails, you're going to appreciate them.
Yeah,
because there's so much work that goes into them.
That goes into them. I mean, if there's something we missed as far as what you want to tell me about nails, I'm all about it. But when you look at something, I mean, because it's easy to look at tattoo work.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as body modifications, it's easy to look at a haircut. It's easy to look at someone's eyebrows. It's easy to look at a beard and a mustache, and you know. And say, oh yeah, the detail on that is pretty good. But when you look at nails, it's like, you know, I look at nails or looked at nails before, and you know, and it does have something to do with being a man. You know, it's like, oh, cool, it's a man, you know.
And then that's it.
And then, yeah, I don't pay
Yep.
attention to detail. But when you start talking about it as a craft and as art, it's a different level.
Yeah.
And then you start to appreciate all those details that you go in there.
Now,
so
when you look at them, you're going to be like, yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that shape.
hell yeah. Look at the shape.
Look at
Sure.
that shape.
I wonder what shop she got them at.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Yeah. And then you just start dissecting the artists. And
Exactly.
It's a whole other world for sure.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, it's a valid world. It's from this conversation, you know,
Yeah.
it's you guys are artists. And
Good, you're going to have to come into
work
the
with-
shop.
Yeah.
Come get a manicure.
Yeah.
I always want to do manicures and pedicures on him.
I have to, I play guitar, so it's
Yeah.
always like I got to do something with my nails sometimes, but I'm like, my buddy's a guitar player. He's like, dude, you got to go get your nails done, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? He's
What?
like, no, dude, you got to. He's like, look at my nails. And they're like, perfect.
Look at my nails. Yeah, they look good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know.
They don't look like you've been digging in dirt.
Yeah. Well, awesome. Thank you so much. You have the best place you mentioned was to follow you on Instagram.
Yes.
I'll put
At Viva Lavon Nails, at the Spot Beauty. That's where we're all at. You come see us. We're your one-stop shop.
Awesome. I will leave that in the notes for everyone in the
Yes.
show where to click on for sure. Thank you so much again.
Thank you for
This was
having me.
awesome.
I appreciate it.
I hope you enjoyed today's conversation with Vaughn. Again, if you have any questions or concerns, you can email us at thecommonrule@gmail.com. The Instagram is The Common Rule, and the Twitter is Restless Samurai. Thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Have a great day, and enjoy your youth.